Case 006, Fracture Point. Script first-person POV, Shawn Wayne. Sleep Town Vibes audio series. It started with a hallway that shouldn't have existed. Old brick, damp with decay, stretched out longer than the building's blueprint should have allowed. At least, I thought it did. Memory's a tricky thing when the air starts whispering in your own voice. Lena was the first to say something felt off. Not out loud, just a look. A hesitation in her step. A glance over her shoulder that lingered half a second too long. We were halfway into the recon sweep of the old Edwell property when the shadows began to repeat themselves. The building had been abandoned for over 20 years. No records. No maintenance. No power. And yet, the lights flickered on whenever we walked into a new room. Int. Adwell property, 2nd floor, night. My boots creaked against the warped floorboards as I walked ahead, Lena close behind. Lena, over comms, quietly, Shawn. Tell me you just saw that door close on its own. Me, muted tension, no wind. No pressure difference. No rats. Yeah. I saw it. Selene, playful tone over comms, and yet you still walked toward it. Man has no survival instinct. I smirked despite myself. Selene had been trailing us again, part of her stealth initiative. Supposedly. Though this time, her voice had a nervous lilt under the sarcasm. She wasn't just watching us. She was watching herself. Making sure she was still, herself. Because none of us knew what this place was yet. Only that it was wrong. And somehow, familiar. Int. Adwell basement, hours later. The basement walls weren't brick anymore. They were plaster. Pale blue. And covered in handwriting. My handwriting. Lena pressed a shaky hand to one of the scribbled lines. Lena, softly, this is from the journal. Your real one. I flipped open my pocketbook to cross-reference. Page after page matched. Only. I'd never written on any walls. Selene, over comms, quieter than usual, I'm seeing things too. People. Memories. Places I've never shown anyone. Me, you okay? Selene, I don't know. Her voice faded. Not into static, just silence. Then her comms went dead. Int. Abandoned office, temp base, later. We regrouped above ground. Everyone except Selene. Lena was visibly shaken. Not from fear, from knowing we were losing her again. Cricket, over comms, I've been tracking vitals from her suit. They just dropped. Then spiked. Then dropped again. Like she's being looped through emotional triggers. Me, can you pinpoint where she is? Cricket, kind of. But she's not moving anymore. Red, cutting in from her location, I'm going in. I paused. You're nearby. Red, always am when things start to rot. Int. Hallway, final stretch, night. We found Selene curled on the floor in a replica of her childhood bedroom, one she'd never told us about. And in her hands, a torn photo of her and Sabrina, crumpled as if her mind had tried to erase it and failed. She was muttering something over and over. Selene, barely audible, don't forget, please don't forget. Lena approached slowly, kneeling beside her. Lena, gently, we remember you. Every piece. You don't disappear just because someone tries to scrub a page. It was enough. Selene blinked once, slow, stunned, and looked at her hands like she was waking up from a trance. I held out the journal. Me, this is still real. As long as this exists, so do we. Int. Back at the Vale Agency, Truth Game night. Selene sat closest to the heater. Still pale, but grounded again. The team was quiet. Not solemn. Just thoughtful. We'd survived something we didn't understand. Again. Lena, I've been working on profiling. Trying to see patterns. And I think I've figured out why these cases all feel connected. Not through the criminals. Through us. Red. This group we're chasing, it's not a gang. Not a cult. It's an idea, and ideas don't die. They spread. Selene, I don't ever want to forget this. Any of you. Noah, one of the siblings, remember when we had a dog? Ava, we never had a dog. Noah, oh. Everyone quieted as I stood up, rubbing the back of my neck. Me, I've got something to say. All eyes turned. Me, I'm leaving. For a week. Lena, what? Me, I need to work on something. Something that might help us all. But I can't do it here. Selene, you're not even going to tell us what it is. Me, not yet. Cricket, Shawn, that's not fair. Me, I know. But I'm asking you to trust me. Just this once. Red watched me carefully, then nodded once. Red, 1 week. Ava's voice was small, you'll be back, right? Me, wouldn't miss it. Lena looked like she wanted to argue. But she didn't. Lena, you better have a hell of a story ready for the next truth game. I smiled faintly. Me, count on it. To be continued.